Throughout gaming history, there have been many games that have pushed the boundaries to create something fresh and exciting. Games that have ideas, design, mechanics, story dynamics, and what have you, that become a staple for what we now come to expect in modern games. But sometimes, there's a game that creates that bright new idea way ahead of everything else. Back then, other developers and players might have thought it ridiculous to have it, or maybe too complicated to implement such ideas to great effect. I'm sure you can think of a game, maybe you'll want to tell me in the comments what game you're thinking of. Explain why it broke the boundaries and how incredible or maybe underrated or revolutionary it is. Was it the first to do something groundbreaking? I personally want to know more about it. But is the game you're thinking of the same as the focal point of this video? Probably not, because this is a little well-known arcade title called Dragon Buster by Namco. I was intrigued about what was the first game to implement a double jump. So many games have them, but what was the first? Well, it's a little clunky, but Dragon Buster did it in 1984. That's pretty forward thinking. But what if I told you Dragon Buster created many other things? The first ever visual health bar, and not just for the hero, but for bosses too. The first overworld, a quick run dash ability, double tapping a direction will allow you to run at double speed. I don't know if this was necessarily the first, as it's hard to find out, but there's even a ducking mechanic, and you can slash your sword down in the air. Yes, this game has a down slash! This dungeon crawler invented concepts that games didn't fully start to realise for quite some time, and yet doesn't get nearly the recognition it deserves. It released a year later for Famicom in 1985, but I still think it's a pretty obscure title. I think it's safe to say this is arguably the most groundbreaking game of all time. Sure, it's not the first console game, or the first 3D platformer, or Metroidvania, or whatever else, but to invent so many concepts that we accept nowadays as staples of genres, that's pretty incredible. It really makes you think. Games that actually get true credit for being revolutionary, how many of them were inspired by Dragon Buster? I guess we'll never know. And with that, thank you very much for watching this little video on gaming history. I'd love to know what groundbreaking revolutionary games you were thinking of when I posed the question earlier. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you left a like, subscribe, share the video around. I also have a Twitch, a Twitter and a Patreon if you'd like to support me and the channel. But thank you very much for watching. If you learned something from this video, well, that's fantastic. I'm glad that I was able to teach you something. And I do recommend giving Dragon Buster a go. It's a lot of fun. It genuinely is a lot of fun. Not easy, but it is fun. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.